Okay, so now that we've introduced our topic, let's really try to delve deeper and understand what we mean by brain drain. What's brain drain? Now you have here an essay that I've written about brain drain. And this is just like to show you how you can create a piece of writing that consists of an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. We're going to do two jobs here. We're going to put the words in the right tense or form and also fill in the gaps. We have gap, double-edged, other, conditions, movement, beneficial, stable, push, expatriates, wages, homelands, funds, repercussions, and with. So which words you are not familiar with? What's the difference between developing and developed? A developing country is in the progress of being developed. Like Tunisia, for example, we are a developing country. We are not developed yet. We're still trying to develop, hopefully. Tunisia is developing. What else? Egypt, Morocco, Algeria, you know, lots of countries, African countries mainly. Yes, Japan, for example, the United States, Germany, France, Canada, they're all developed countries. They are already strong and developed, and they have money, they have everything, so they can do it. Their economy is doing really well. Is Japan a good country to study in? If you speak Japanese, yes. Sure. I mean, Japan, it's really an awesome option, especially for people who are into electrical engineering, because there is manufacturing there, and that's what you need. Yes, Ukraine is a developing country. Yes, you are welcome. Underdeveloped countries are developing countries. Yes, Balkis. So what do we have here? You said wages. Yes, the word wages. For example, you work a week and I give you a wage. What does this mean? Salary, yes. So salary, it's like we say salary to talk about a monthly salary. Wages, it's more common for weekly wages. Okay, yes. So salary that you get for working a week, yes. What else? Any other words? Repercussions. Repercussions is the opposite of advantages. So this means then, yes, disadvantages, cons, we can also say cons. Pros are the positive points and cons are the negative. Yes, expatriates. Haven't we looked at this last session? Remember, we had the list of words, the very first exercise, the vocabulary exercise. We had the word expatriates. Yes, immigrants. Yes, the people who immigrate. For example, in France, we have lots of Tunisian expatriates. Funds, yes, when we talk about funds, we talk about money. Like an organization needs funds to work, to function, to buy things, to help others. Double-edged. So if something is double-edged, think about a knife. A knife has normally one sharp edge, okay? But double-edged, it means it's sharp from here and also from here. So both sides, and we use it to talk about something that has both positive impacts and negative impacts, and we will see how we use it in a sentence. In Ukraine, there are a lot of Tunisians. Yeah, I think 1,500. What's the difference between migrate, emigrate, and yes, immigrate? Yeah, sure. Basically, the difference is in terms of use. So when we say immigrate, we talk about leaving one's country to go to another one to study or live. Just let me find a blank page to write. Let's take the last page. So here, migrate. This means you move from one place to go and live in another. For example, we say many Tunisians migrate to France. Okay, so they go to live there. This is migrate. So you migrate, and then emigrate with an E is used to talk about the fact of leaving. Here it's move from, but here it's leave. Leave one's home country to go and live in another. For example, my cousins emigrated from, so let's say they are German, okay? So they immigrated from Germany. This means originally they come from Germany, but they emigrated to the United States, for example. So here we say to emigrate from, but we say migrate to. So here we are talking about the destination where you go to. And here we are talking about the origin, the original country. And then we have immigrate with an IMM. And that's, here it means to come to another country. To live permanently. So you live there forever. It's not just for a period of time. For example, my my best friend immigrated to the US in 2018. So that's the difference then. Emigrate, yes, emigrate, the first one, the second one, actually. It means you can, so my cousins emigrated from Germany. So they emigrated, they went, sorry, they left Germany. So they left that country. You talk about the country of origin. For migrate, you talk about the destination where they went. Many Tunisians migrate to France. And then immigrate, this means they live there forever. And migrate is used to talk about animals. We talk about animals migration. For example, birds migration, you know, that they move to look for the heat or to look for food, to look for a warmer place. So they relocate periodically from one region to another. So this is not forever, it's just periodically, like in a specific period of time. Like in winter, birds migrate from, I don't know, from the south, from the north to the south, I think. Okay. Can we use emigrate in the first sentence? Because here you, in the first sentence, you are talking about where they went to. So you have the destination, you don't have the origin. Here they emigrated from Tunisia, they migrated to France, okay? So it depends on what you have. Why they will immigrate from Germany? I'm just saying it's just an example. I said they are originally German. You know, we have cousins who were born in different places. Is emigrate periodical? It is not, no. So it's just you leave there and you leave that country and it's not periodical, no. From, well, if you have from, then you know that you need to put emigrate. If you have to, you put migrate. And if you have to again, well, you should understand whether it's permanent or periodical then, because that's what makes it different. And usually in the exams, they don't ask you this because it's a little complicated. So they won't give you the 3 and in the back exams. I'm not talking about your exams with your teachers, because maybe in the classroom they decide to spice things up a little bit, but for the back exam, they don't ask this. As I said, it's a little complicated, but I hope you see my point. Yes, we can, Maryam, sure. What about the nouns? Migration, emigration, and immigration. You simply add shin at the end, ION. Okay, now getting back then to our exercise. Let's try to read and fill in the blanks. The brain drain, better known as the of highly skilled people. Yes, we have from, to, so we're talking about a movement. So it's the movement. Of highly skilled people from, so they leave what? Very good, they leave developing countries to, yes, to developed countries, right. And remember, developing, developed, 1D, 1P. It's never double P's. Developing, developed, development. They all have only 1P. If you write 2 P's, you will get a nice donut. You don't need that. All right. So as you can see, I have comma here because I'm introducing a parenthetical clause. And then, so the brain drain has been a contentious topic in recent years. Remember the word contentious? Last time we saw contentious. We said it's a topic that people do not agree upon. Yes, it's debatable. Very good. Controversial. Right. People have different opinions about. This event is caused by numerous factors resulting in grave consequences. Now, this is my introduction, right? Just by looking at the last sentence, what am I going to talk about in my body? Because normally the last sentence should introduce the body parts. Yes, I'm going to talk about the factors, the reasons, good, and yes, the consequences. And what kind of consequences am I going to focus on? Yes, the grave consequences. This means the negative results. Yes, exactly. So let's start then with the factors. The reasons behind this phenomenon. Remember, this phenomenon, that's singular. What's the plural? Can I say phenomenons? No. Phenomena. Don't forget that. Phenomena. Plural. So this phenomenon can be divided into 2 essential categories, the factors and the pull factors. Since here I have pull, then here I'm going to have the opposite, which is, yes, push. On the one hand, so when you would like to introduce something that has 2 points, you can say on the one hand, And then on the other hand, on the one hand, the major push factors are poor working conditions, right? Yes, the conditions are really poor. Low wages and the lack of research. Yes, facilitate becomes facilities. We are talking about research facilities. In developing nations, such as, I'm giving examples. Remember, you always need to give examples. You don't just mention the idea and you move on. No, you need to provide an example, such as labs, different tools, and now here I have labs, tools. So those are nouns in the plural, right? And for the sake of parallelism, I should respect the rule. However, and it's a big however, an uppercase however, equipment is uncountable. So be very careful with uncountable nouns. This means no S there. You see? So normally you think, okay, noun, plural, okay, so I put my S there, but no, that's an uncountable noun. We say equipment just like furniture, just like advice. They're all uncountable nouns. Now, to introduce my second point, I say, on the other hand, there are many pull factors like having living standards and better quality of life, more important for research, better. So what am I going to do then with high? All of those better, more important, better, etc. are comparative forms. Yes, so I need my adjective to be in the comparative form. So high then becomes higher. Higher. Living standards and so the living standards are higher, and also what? What's L? What's also higher? The wages, yes. Better quality of life, more important for research. For doctors, for example, to conduct research, they need money. Yes, so then we talk about funds. Better access to advanced technology, that's a noun. So I need an adjective. Right, advanced. And modernized facilities, a noun, so I need an adjective as usual. Simply, it's just modern. Modern, very simple, don't complicate your lives. In developed countries, moreover, now I'm adding another point. Moreover, better working conditions and more political conditions. Now, for example, Ukraine now is in war. So it's not, yes, the conditions there are not stable. If I'm an investor, of course, I need stable political conditions to work. I cannot work in a place that has war. I cannot open a business there. So we need stable political conditions. Can attract many people. Yes, we've already seen this adjective, many brainy people, smart people. The brain drain can be considered as a weapon since developing countries can take advantage of the economic benefits that they bring home, like foreign currency and investment. Yes, what kind of weapon? It's double-edged. So it has positive points as well as negative ones. So that's why it's double-edged. Now here, what do we call the last sentence? The brain drain can be considered as a double-edged weapon, blah, 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 etc. The conclusion, not yet. I mean, I haven't talked about my second part. I only talked about the factors here. I haven't talked about the consequences. Transition, yes, Durra, that's it. This is the transition. So to move from one paragraph to another, you need to Write a sentence that helps you move from that paragraph to the following one. It kind of sums up the first and introduces the following one. So let's then write the missing word. So it has, like developing countries can take advantage of the economic benefits that they bring home. Who brings advantages home? Yes, the expatriates. Like, what do they bring? They bring foreign currency and investment. And this is my transition. So here I talked about the two advantages that I could think of. And then I'm going then to move on to the weapon. Means phenomenon? No. Weapon means sword. Like a gun, for example, or a knife, or a rifle, a bomb, they're all weapons.